Operations Section Chief is Dave. Planning Section Chief is Ed. Resource Unit Leader is Jeremy. Logistics Section Chief is Sean. And the Finance Section Chief is Lisa. So here's what the briefing looks like.
All right, good morning. Welcome to the Thursday, May 16th morning briefing. I'm Ed Wenshaw, Planning Section Chief of the Wake County Incident Management Team. Please mute your cell phones and turn your radios down. Try to keep the briefing. What we will present is an overview of the operational activities and support functions for this period, followed by breakout sessions for the operations resources with their division and group suits for details on today's plan. If you haven't already picked up an IAP and lost person profile, they're more in the boxes by the table near the coffee. Please gather in close as you can see the map. Due to technology issues last night, we could not get the plotter to function. So the best we have for now is this sketch map. Our current situation is an ongoing search for a missing boy. Details are included in the lost person profile. Let's first review the search efforts up to now and the current status. Ops.
Okay, good morning. I'm Dave Lattimore, Operations Section Chief. This search began early afternoon yesterday after the missing subject had not been seen for over 3 hours, and his dog who was with him returned home without him. So, he was last seen here, point last seen, family residence, around 0900. Hasty team searched the residence and the outbuildings there, and then the woods in that immediate area. And they found no clues at all. So please take a look at that lost person profile for details on the missing subject. We finished the hasty search yesterday evening and brought the teams back in for a debriefing and preparation for today's searching. We didn't have any overnight activities last night.
Let's review the incident objectives. These are listed on page 2 of the IAP. We also have them posted up here. Provide for the safety of responders. Effectively utilize resources to provide the best opportunity possible for the missing subject to be located within 5 operational periods. Search in the most efficient and cost-effective manner, commensurate with personnel safety. Establish and maintain a family support and liaison function. Ensure current information is available to the media daily. Contain the search to an area between Chestnut Ridge to the north, Six Forks Road to the east, Bickett Road to the south, Lead Mine Creek to the west. Be sure you are familiar with the objectives and not all our work is focused on accomplishing them. Let's move into today's plan. We'll start with the weather forecast for today and tonight. Today we are expecting some high clouds with maximum temps in the mid-70s, humidity around 65%, and winds 3 to 7 out of the south. Tonight the lows will be in the mid-50s with clear skies and no wind. There's a possibility of some precip in a couple of days, but for now we should be dry. We don't have a search probability analysis completed yet, but hopefully we will have that later this morning. Operations, you brief us on today's activities.
Okay, take a look at the map again here. You'll notice we've divided the search area into 2 divisions, Alpha and Zulu. So Alpha being on the east side of this no-name trail, and with the division breaks over at Chestnut Ridge and over on Bickett Road. Division boundary will be that trail, with the trail itself being in Division Zulu. Zulu is going to be our highest priority search area when we start work today. So take a look at the 204s in your IAP to see where you're assigned for today. Note that we have not divided the divisions into search segments yet. I'll be working with the division supervisors and plans to do that this morning. Aaron Smith will be the division supervisor for Division Zulu. Aaron, raise your hand.
Yes, I'm here.
All right. In Zulu, we're going to be searching around the PLS again and over to Bass Ridge. We'll be searching at No Name Trail and along Lead Mine Creek down here and up to the confluence here of the North Fork and South Fork. Okay. There are a number of abandoned homesteads along the overgrown trails. A lot of them are not on the map too. And a few that, when we check on those, one safety will give you a little briefing about some cautions there. We'll be establishing trail blocks at several key points down here along Lead Mine Creek and up here at this trail junction, up at DP1, and over at where the trail comes into Bickett Road, so that we can try to confine the area. And also, we want to try to make contact with anybody who might be hiking out of the area and so on, or into the area. You may see hunters, hikers, or some folks fishing along creeks. We'll have road patrol teams all along these roads here. And just in case our subject walks out the road, they'll also be checking with residences along the roads. Let's move over to Alpha here. Bubba Smith is Division Suit. Bubba, raise your hand.
Here.
Took a little while there. Okay. All right. In Alpha, we're going to be doing the same work in Zulu, checking the trails and the creeks, and checking out the abandoned structures and setting up trail blocks. We'll also be running road patrol along Six Forks Road and that portion of Bickett Road. If you look at the last 204 in the IEP, you're going to see we're setting up a rescue and clue response group. Claire Smith's going to be the group supervisor. Claire, raise your hand. This group is going to stage up here where we're at the ICP for immediate deployment. If a team on one of the divisions finds a clue, the group will assign resources to lead the investigator to the location for clue processing and securing, which will relieve the team to continue the search assignments. Also, if we locate the missing subject and he is injured, or if we have any injuries to search personnel, that group will be responsible for the rescue and extraction. They'll also be prepared to handle recovery if that need arises. Flexibility is key to our operations. We may have to shift resources to new assignments and locations depending on any clues or information we receive. Also, everyone should be prepared to be out overnight, and the trail block team should be good to stay at least 2 nights before replacement. We don't have any air operations currently, but I am considering requesting a helicopter for both searching and response. Safety officer is going to talk to you about hazards in the area. You're probably aware of most of them, but keep in mind that you're responsible for ongoing risk assessment and making good choices. We won't be able to do much good for our missing subject if we're dealing with our own mishaps.
Hi, I'm Brian Harson, the safety officer. I want to start out with getting you to refer to your 3 parts of your incident action plan. You'll flip to that, the safety message, the medical plan, the medical incident report. Let's look at the safety message first. Everybody flipping to it? Good. All of you should be familiar with the terrain hazards, but very easy to be complacent. So watch your terrain, watch your footing. Same with the environmental hazards. We do have some flora and fauna out there that can make you really itchy. So we haven't dealt with some things with it lately, and the big thing is the feral dog pack. That's been a problem roaming the area. I have 2 concerns on that. The first is that we have an unfavorable encounter, okay, with this pack, and someone is attacked. And the second is that I know most of you carry sidearms, okay? If that's your only choice to resolve the threat when you're encountering this pack, just make sure you're looking downrange, protect, know where you're shooting, use your same precautions you would when shooting anywhere. Be aware of the backdrop, okay? It's best if you can just avoid them if possible. Yes, we've talked about running and climbing a tree and things of that nature, but it may not be the only thing that'll work out for this aggressive pack. I've asked for the county to have their animal control unit available for us, but unfortunately, their whole unit is one person and he's on vacation. So it's not going to happen. Also, you're going to be searching abandoned structures. You know, many of these are unstable. They have collapsing floors, stairs, ceilings. So don't make any assumptions when you're looking at them. What's a good thing to do before entering any kind of structure is you do a perimeter. You look at it throughout the perimeter first, and then make a decision if you need to go in. Also, there may be some open wells and abandoned wells you need to check, and that's a serious heads up there, especially as you're approaching. They can collapse, so don't approach them without PPE. Make sure you've got another party with you in case you actually go down 40 or 50 feet. They know where you are. And last on the safety message, I want to mention driving here around the incident command post, the ICP, in the ranger station compound, and around our operational area. Keep your speeds to 5 miles per hour or less in the compound, and use a spotter when you're backing up. Also keep speeds to the posted speed limit on Six Forks Road, a lot of congestion. Bickett Road is a dirt road, so you're going to get into a lot of dusty, obstructed vision when you're driving, and it's very narrow. Use your headlamps anytime you're operating a vehicle on the incident. Logistics will review the medical plan in more detail, and take on message, assess risk, and make good decisions. Thank you.
Thank you, Safety. We'll have our read. We're going to move on to logistics.
Good morning, Zeph Cunningham, Logs Chief. First thing we're going to go over is communications, so I'd like everybody to turn to their 205 in the IP. As you can see, we have 2 command channels, 2 tactical channels. We've used those channels before in this area, so we should have good coverage with what we've got set up. We also have an air-to-ground set up, just in case we have a medevac or there's a need to get some aircraft in here. That's what we'll be using for all aircraft. If you don't have these channels in your radio, or you don't have the ability to program them, back here at the ICP, I do have a radio tech over at the fire cache who can help you either program your radio, or we have a few that we can check out to folks. Switching over to medical, in our medical unit, we have 1 EMT in the yurt set up here by the cache. They are mobile and they can respond to the field if there's a need. We're working on getting an ambulance into the incident, but right now, if you'll look at your in your medical plan, you can see that our closest transport is in Bailey. It's about 30 miles away. It's a volunteer a BLS unit, so it will take some time before they can mobilize. So also take a look at your incident medical report. You can see that we have an 8-line in there. This is the standard form for collecting and communicating critical info. If you do have an emergency, of one of your personnel out on the line calling back to the ICP. Your division soups, when you do your breakouts, we'll go over that form in more detail. We also have hot meals set up for folks as they come back in the ICP tonight out back here. For those actually going to be out in the field overnight, we do have MREs available at the cache. There's plenty of drinking water and supplies on hand back there. We also have water filtration systems if folks need them. We do have limited supplies, but there are batteries, headlamps, flagging, so if you have a need, go ahead and come back. Again, we're set up in the fire cache out back. You can fuel agency and volunteer organization vehicles. Again, back here on the compound by the fire cache, we have pumps back there. There is a tracking form set up, so when you get your fuel, make sure you're signing in before we can get that replaced. POVs who may or may not be able to charge the vehicle, we have set up a reimbursable RSA agreement at a Howell's gas station. Most of you probably passed that on the way in. You should be able to go in there and fill up and get signed in for that. We don't have any capabilities for if we have vehicles that break down right now, so individuals will be handling that on their own with their agency or organizations. We do have sleeping set up back behind in the PT field. I'm sure most of you have seen that. We can set tents up on the field, but please no digging or trenching around your tents because obviously they use that for physical activity. We do have showers set up in the fire barracks. They're open from 0500 to 2300, so we'll have towels and supplies in there for folks that need to take a shower. The Forest Service has asked the 6 Forest Road, the gate coming into the compound, they've asked that we keep this road locked from 1800 to 05 in the morning. So if you're coming back between those hours, get with your division supervisor. There's a combination lock on there. They can pass that information along to you. We'll do our best to keep you guys fed, find you a place to sleep. If you guys have any supply needs, don't hesitate to reach out. Myself, I'll be at the ICP all day today, so if you have a need, just reach out, find me.
Thank you, Lois. Finance, Director. Oh, sorry.
Good morning. I am Lisa Wilson, the Finance Section Chief. I've set up a table in the lobby of the Ranger Station where you can turn in your crew time reports and equipment tickets. If you aren't familiar with how to fill these forms out, come by and I can get you going on that. Everybody at the incident needs to report your time worked regardless of what agency or department you're with. Somebody mentioned to me that they didn't believe that they needed to turn in their time until they had been here for after the first 48 hours. That's incorrect information. It needs to be turned in from the day and time you left your home or office to drive here. Even if you're not associated with any organization covered under the Reimbursable Services Agreement, and you are purely here as a volunteer, I still need your work hours, as the state's annual grants to help fund the county's search and rescue budgets is based partially on the total number of hours that are recorded from the previous year's incidents, regardless of whether it's a paid or volunteered resource. Please turn your time in daily. I know some of you guys are out in the field overnight or longer, so please try to get it to me as soon as you get back in to the ICP. The same with equipment tickets for any vehicles that are covered under the reimbursement. And if we go into rapid demob, please be patient as I close out your time. Thank you.
Liaison.
Yeah, thanks. Just talking to the county road department, there will be bridge construction today on 6 Forks Road right here where it crosses the south fork of the Lead Mine Creek. You can expect delays up to 45 minutes there. They said they will try to expedite incident vehicles through there as quickly as possible, but just be aware there could still be delays even with their cooperation. And aside from that, I'll be meeting with the fire chiefs from any departments sending SAR teams to the incident. Thank you.
Yeah.
Morning, Bucky Moore, Public Information Officer. Today we're expecting WRAL-TV to be here at the ICP, interviewing the incident commander and the sheriff. They might want to get some video of searchers. I will try to line that up with the teams that will be in staging. If the search goes into multiple days, media and public interest will certainly pick up. I want to remind you to be discreet about the use of social media, about the incident, although the fact remains that limited cell service and wireless is available, so that will help keep that in check. I'd like photos of the search teams, particularly the dog teams, so if you take any, please get them to me here at the ICP.
Thank you, information. A few things for plans. If you've not checked in yet, please do so in the lobby of the ranger station before you leave the ICP for the field. For teams coming back this evening to the ICP, please see me so we can do a quick debrief and download your GPS data. Keep in mind that everyone has to go through D-mode before you are released from the incident. It won't take long. Just come by the same table where you checked in. And the family liaison wants you to be aware that the missing child's family may be coming here to the ICP sometime today. So I ask you to be sensitive to their situation if you encounter them. Our agency administrator, Sheriff John Baker.
All right, thanks, Plans. On behalf of the county and the Boone family, thank you all for coming out and helping us out. I know a lot of you are taking time off your jobs, farms, or other activities to be here. Regardless of whether you're a volunteer or this is part of your normal duties, your service here is truly appreciated. Some of you have been on several search incidents before, and your experience is going to be critical to help making sure that this is a success. Please follow all the safety guidelines that's been outlined by the incident management team. They have a lot of knowledge assessing risks, and we want to take measures to prevent injuries. And thanks again, everyone, for being here.
Thank you, Sheriff. Forgot everyone, so IC.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm Tony Doty. I'm the incident commander for the Wake County Incident Management Team. I'm looking around the crowd this morning and I see a lot of familiar faces. And that makes me happy because that gives us a lot of experience to draw on. Because I know that we've been on several of the incidences together. So I'm going to ask people to stay focused out there today because just a second of inattention could cause a sprained ankle, a twisted knee, or worse. So please just, let's just stay focused on the job. Also, I think with this group of people, I think this gives us the best chance for success today to find our missing subject. So with that being said, I'm just gonna, thanks for being here. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you back at ICP this evening. Thank you.
All right. If there's anyone here who does not have an assignment on the IAP, you'll see your name in there, see me up here. For division breakouts, Alpha, we'll meet by the power pole, right over there. Zulu, over in front of the equipment shed. And the rescue and response group will meet in front of the medical yurt. Turn your cell phones and radios back on, and we'll brief you again tomorrow at 600.